will surely go down as one of the most memorable days in club history as West Coast bid farewell to a historic Subiaco Oval in winning style, knocking off the ladder leaders by just enough to sneak into the top 8 by 0.5 of a percentage point. Unreal scenes.
That much.
Welcome to Eagle Review for another week. Ben Roberts, I appreciate you stopping by. Emotional scenes out there on the day, as you would know. Not many empty seats for the game, and for basically all of the post-match, everyone paid their respects and sat through the tributes to the Oval and to the players.
Yep, I thought the club saw us send it off Subi AFL-wise very, very well yesterday. It was an emotional day for a lot of reasons, and you know, the pre-game, it all started before the game, the lapse of honour with all the old boys. How's these for some names? Judd, Embley, Cox, Glendenning, Butler, Sutherland, McHenry, Gibbs, Djokovic, Lamb, Narkle, just to name a few. Didn't name them all, sorry if I left anyone out. But it was just emotional to see, and everyone got in nice and early. That was a good thing as well, just to wave and say thank you very much for everything they've given us and the memories they gave us on this ground. And then post-game, the ceremony was emotional as well. It was good to see the song out in the ground. I like that. Did you like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think the fans did too, and everyone got to sing along with the boys, which is kind of novel. And yeah, the smoking ceremony to finish, it was a great way to send off Subi.
Let's dip into the game then. It was important to get off to the crucial start. You didn't want to chase more than your 20-odd points, especially if you started down a bit. They gave up the first goal of the game, and that was the only time they let the lead slip, West Coast. Gone in with a 3-goal buffer at quarter time. That really set him up. But the intent early, they needed to match it with the Crows. They certainly did. Despite missing their skipper and probably their best defender and Adelaide having nothing to play for, still an impressive effort, Benny.
Yeah, it was. It was good to see contested possessions up 10 for the game, which was good inside. Good team in there. 11 for the last quarter. They were up in contested possessions, which has been an issue that people have talked about in the past. So it was good to see them when the whips were cracking, get down and dirty and win the ball. How's these for some numbers? I mean, during the middle of the game, we started well, but during the middle of the game, it could have easily gone back the other way toward Adelaide. So the second quarter, 19 inside 50s to 9 to the Crows, 4-4 to 4-3. That really saved us to make the most of our limited opportunities in that quarter. Third quarter, 12 inside 50s to 9 to Adelaide, 2-5 to the Crows, 5-1 from 9 inside 50s. That was, I reckon, where we won the game the third quarter, where it could have gone over the second and third quarters. Last quarter, we ran away with it a little bit in terms of ball. 19 inside 50s to 9, 3-1 to 2-5. But the damage was done early, and they managed to make the most of their opportunities during that middle part of the game, which allowed them to stay in it. It was the most exciting 29-point victory I've ever been a part of, I reckon. With that, we're in the finals, and then Cameron kicked that goal. We're out of the finals, and then that goal went back, and we got in with a couple of snags to finish off, and it was emotional, it was great, and it's exciting. We've got another couple of weeks and bring on Port Adelaide.
Tell you what cost the Crows was the 3 goals they gave away in consecutive fashion from free kicks in that third quarter. Oh, Don Pike really upset up in the box. Some great performers all across the ground. The defenders stood tall yet again. Gov, 8 intercept grabs. Seems like he was everywhere again, Benny.
Yep.
Barris 4, Hearn 5, and Hearn's used it at 92%. One of the favourites for this year's John Worsfold medal. Had an unbelievable year.
Yep.
The midfield, the Crouch boys, as we know, got on top. Geez, they had a ton of footy, but Shuey, 28. The play where he split the 2 defenders and hit JK with the left boot. One of the prettiest things I've seen. Mitchell, 34. His quick play on and decision-making all day was exceptional. Pritt's team high 6 clearances was under every pack. I mean, anyone else ring true for you for on the day?
I thought Yowie was pretty good, and I thought Gov was pretty good. I reckon the defenders, and Yowie and Gov, can we just quickly congratulate them in the 40-man squad for the All-Australian side for this year. So well done, boys, along with JK up forward. No surprises there. I thought they were pretty good, and I thought Reddo early was good too, and I thought Darling all day, who we'll touch on in about 20 seconds' time. I think there was a number of guys that were good. Everyone had a crack and set up the win.
Yeah, Cripps 3 goals and Lecker 2 important passages of the game. Well, let's touch on Darling and Jeddah then. Their last quarter heroics. It set the scene, didn't it?
It did. Jeddah was quiet, I think he'd admit that as well up until that stage. But how's this for last quarter? When the game's on the line, when they needed someone to break the lines a bit and give them a bit of a spark. 8 kicks, 4 marks, 2 tackles, 4 inside 50s, 2 rebound 50s, end-to-end running, and that goal at the end just to push us back into finals contention. It was a special last quarter. Doing things without the footy, the rundown, early in the piece, the pressure on Cameron to continue to chase and kick that one out of bounds. It was great to see. And then Darling was the other one the last quarter. He's been maligned for going back with the flight, and not going back with the flight, or having a look last year in the final, but there he goes, going back with the flight, got taken out by the post in the end. But
unbelievable grab that was.
Great grab, and to kick, it was the sealer to seal us into the finals, so well done, Jack.
If you could draw up any away fixture for a final, I reckon Port Adelaide at Adelaide Oval is one of the ones you'd set aside. Unbelievable, because our record there's been good. 4 of the last 5. Won there this year. It's a dream matchup for us if you can get one on the road.
Yeah, I think they'd be hesitant to say dream matchup maybe, but you know, there's nothing guaranteed, and all the supporters will say, yep, you know, beauty, we're playing Port, we won there last time. It means nothing. Have to turn up in 2 weeks' time and beat them. Yes, we've played there well in the past, like the ground, no doubt about that. It's a great ground to play at Adelaide Oval, and whoever we play, we'd give it our best, and no doubt we'll see how we go in a couple of weeks.
Very level head there, Benny. Let's go into the roast stand and get you fired up instead. Start with Jack Redden when he dummy the ball out of bounds. Yeah, that's going to make the roast for sure. Jeremy McGovern, this is why he doesn't play soccer. That's two fresh Aries. Whether it had something to do with his AC joint stinger and he didn't want to use his arms to pick up the ball, maybe had something to do with it, but we will look into that.
Okay, and not just him, his brother as well, been in the news a lot this year, the brothers. Not doing his contract any favours here, knocking this one out of bounds on the full. Maybe we'll give him something that was on the left. This one from the Crow. Crucial stage of the game too. Threw that booted it, just missed, but that wasn't great. I reckon you could do better than that.
What about Jeremy McGovern not going the torpedo on the three-quarter time siren? The crowd wanted it, Benny.
Yeah.
And he came up 30 short.
90 metres out and you go on a drop punt? Please, Jeremy.
You see what Eddie Betts can do with the torpedo. Hits blokes lace out accidentally. Who knows?
Please, Jeremy.
Good things can happen. Jetta kicking out a full-back. He has done this before.
I thought it was a bit of Will
Yeah,
Schofield
but even Jets has done this earlier this year, so he's fumbled it. Didn't cost him anything, but had a laugh. Loved it when he caught Charlie Cameron because, as we know, he got run down earlier by him.
Bit of head rubbing work from Cameron as well.
And didn't Jets remember it all as well?
Correct. Bull to a red rag, that one with Jets, so it was good to see. How about this one? The Adelaide boy just giving it away, thinking it was out in the full. Everyone thought it was out in the full, nut touched.
Too honest.
Bit of awareness, maybe.
Don't forget about when Jack Darling, I might have taken one of the best marks on the day, but when one pings off your face in the last quarter, that's certainly making the roast. But the winner, Ben Roberts, give it to me. It was Sydney v Carlton.
Yep, and we were hoping that Buddy would have a quiet game for JK's sake. Didn't happen, obviously. Kicking him from everywhere. Kicking him, going so well that you kick him when you're not meant to kick him. This is, have a look at this. Back heel goal, accidental. You know it's your Coleman and meant to be when this happens.
Unbelievable.